Hey, Angie Nelson here from theworkathomewife.com. Today we are going to be starting a fun little series here on the Work at Home Wife and here on my YouTube channel. Recently I asked some of you to share with me some of the things that you miss about working outside of the home. I know a lot of times when it comes to working at home, we really only talk about the things that are going to be great about it. But the fact of the matter is that sometimes it's a really hard transition for some. And even if your transition to working from home is easy, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be some struggles that you go through. Some days are going to be better than others. A lot of the responses that I got from that request, they really ran the gamut. A lot of you really miss the camaraderie that comes with, working every day as part of a team. Some of you just miss the simple things like getting up every day and being able to get dressed up and put on your makeup. Many of you are working at home with kids and you just really miss the adult conversations. I know myself, one thing that I really missed was the Friday luncheons with all of my friends at work and the potlucks that we did once a month. They're really simple things, but it can really take a toll on you to all of a sudden be without that sense of purpose sometimes, or that sense of community. And sometimes working from home can just be a lonely place. We don't have that long-standing Friday lunch date, so maybe we just don't make lunch plans at all. Maybe you don't need to get dressed up every day to go to work, so you just stop treating yourself to, that great new blouse that you saw at Loft, or just simple things like that, that over time, what is a one-time, we kind of tell ourselves is a good thing that we're not doing, over time it kind of starts to feel like we're depriving ourselves of some of those simple things. And over time that can lead a lot of us to go through some bouts of feeling really depressed when we're working from home, or maybe experiencing a lot more anxiety. Now, so as we approach the last 2 months of the year, I thought it would be kind of fun to feature some fun little things that you can do to treat yourself as a reward for all of the hard work that you've put in this year. And these things that I'm going to be featuring, I'm going to make sure that you have a really good excuse for splurging on them as well. These are going to be worthy splurges. These things are going to help you get more organized, motivated, inspired. There may even be a few things in here that are going to maybe help you find an online community of people who share your values and the goals that you're trying to accomplish. Now, our first featured treat is going to be CoachCrate. This is a subscription service. Now, each month has a specific theme, and it will include a monthly coaching breakdown, a book with a workbook and reading guide, 1 to 3 exclusive recorded online coaching sessions, some additional coaching content, and then usually 3 to 6 items to promote that productivity, relaxation, growth, and well-being. Now, I ordered the November box, which just arrived today, and I showed you the box. I went ahead and opened it ahead of time just because if you're not familiar with these subscription boxes, they are usually full of paper shreds. They pack these things to the brim to keep things from moving around. So if you just open them willy-nilly, you're going to end up with paper shreds all over the place. So I took the liberty of removing those first so we could just focus on what's inside the box. Now, the November theme for CoachCrate was the journey. It's all about following your dreams and enjoying the ride. So I thought that was a really fitting box for some of us work-at-homers. Now, as soon as the box shipped, before it even arrived in the mail, I did get a little welcome email that was letting me know what the monthly theme was going to be, along with a sneak peek into what December's box will be. And it also included an invite to their private Facebook group, which is something that is really going to come in handy for this box. It's going to be a great way to stay accountable when it comes to the weekly tasks, and also get some feedback and support or ask some questions. Now, when you open the CoachCrate, it's going to have a little list glued right to the inside top of the box. that is going to let you know everything that you are going to find down in the packaging that's included. So you have a little heads up as far as what to look for. Now inside the box, every box is going to include a book. This month the book is The Alchemist. This is not one that I had ever heard of before, so I hopped over to Amazon and got a description. The description says that this book has sold over 2 million copies worldwide. Now, what this book is about is a shepherd boy who yearns to travel the world in search of a worldly treasure. It's going to talk about the essential wisdom of listening to our hearts and learning to read the signs that are strewn along life's path, and above all, following our dreams. So this is a really great message. As someone who finds very little joy in reading most business books, I love when a good story can kind of inspire us and teach us life lessons. Now, the next thing in the box is going to be the reading guide. And this is kind of a little workbook that it goes through as you are reading the book, and it walks you through those first 3 weeks of the month. It asks you some different questions. There's also some coaching tips in here and some specific ideas from the book that are pulled out and kind of highlighted so that you really have some things to think about as far as the book is concerned and how it relates to your own personal life. Now, the purpose of the workbook and kind of this whole month in general is just to dig into your passions and your purpose in life and find out kind of how to go after them and how to keep up your stamina, especially, with the busy life that so many of us are leading, especially when we work from home, when we're trying to balance work and family. Sometimes you're trying to start a home business or start a second home business, and things can really, just get out of control. So this book is going to the workbook is going to help you kind of rein all of those things in and give you some thinking points. And this one, if you don't like the pen and paper aspect of it, there is going to be an online version as well if you would prefer to do the typing. Now, next step in the box is a personal legend candle. It smells really good. I think it said it has amber, spice, and wood, so it's a great candle for this time of year. It's kind of got a woodsy, spicy scent. Next is going to be a tote bag. You can never have enough tote bags, right? And this one, it says the beginning is always today. Now, I love these tote bags. They're great. Even if you don't think that you need another tote bag, you have so many ways that you can repurpose these. You can definitely, use them for some gift packaging this upcoming holiday season. I know when we travel, I use these a lot, whether it's keeping different items of clothing separate or keeping your shoes separate from your clothes. Don't ever pass up a tote bag when they're giving these away. Now, the next thing inside the box was this little bag. And inside this bag were 2 little stones. Now, these little stones, it says, can be used to give you guidance and remind you to stay on the path of your personal legend. It says you can place them in your garden or your plants as a reminder, pull one from the bag when you want some direction, use them as worry stones, or even paint them with inspirational messages. Now, the last item in the bag were these guidance cards. These say path and purpose, and it says there are 2 ways that you can use these cards. You can pull a card at random and apply that question to your situation, or you can go through the deck and reflect on the cards that stick out to you. And on the back of these cards, there's some great little messages. Whether it says, some of them say communicate, be clear and kind. There's some that say confidence, believe and be brave, balance, harmony, and center. These are great little cards, and one thing that I really liked about them, there's going to be a monthly breakdown that's included in your box. And this is going to kind of give you a step-by-step overview of what you're going to be doing throughout the month as far as what your journey is and the purpose of the month. But every day there's a check box here for 5 minutes of reflection, where you're just going to sit in silence for 5 minutes of the day to connect, recharge, and enjoy the moment. And that is a great time to pull out these little cards. Every day you can be reflecting on a different message. This one says self-love, give yourself some TLC. So those are some great ways to apply those little cards to the message of the box. Now this is a really fun little box, and it's a great little treat for work-at-home entrepreneurs. If you're strictly looking at the cost of the box versus the value of the items inside the box, you're really going to be overlooking what you're getting here. This box is very much about the experience and the personal growth, and that's why it comes with the online coaching and an actionable workbook. Now, as you read through that monthly breakdown, you truly start to get a feel as far as what this experience is meant to be. So the first week, you may be doing a lot of reading of the book and filling out that workbook. The next week, you start taking action. Week 3 is about getting in tune. And the month finishes in that 4th week with bringing happiness and gratitude to the forefront. So CoachCrate is really about the experience versus just the material things in the box. This is really meant to give you a month of self-growth, to help you get to your next phase in your work-at-home journey. For many of us, you know, it starts to become so easy to just blame being stuck in the road on all of those external things. It's always, you know, someone else's fault or something else's fault why we can't move forward, when in reality it's often about the things that are inside of us that maybe we're thinking that we're not, you know, worthy of the next step, or that we're not smart enough or capable enough or have enough resources to get to the next step. So a lot of times, as hard as it is, and it's often really hard to break down those barriers and break through those inner conflicts that we're experiencing, so we can get through to that next step and that next phase in our journey. CoachCrate usually ships out between the 23rd and the 25th of the month right now, so that you'll have that box in hand and be ready to roll on the 1st of the month. Now there's some different subscription plans that you can choose from over there. Gift subscriptions are also available if you would like to just go ahead and get a one-time gift for yourself, so you can get that one-time treat. Now, as always, I will leave you a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and hop over to the CoachCrate website and learn a little bit more about them. And if you've received a box like this in the past, I'd love for you to leave me a comment and let me know what you've received and how it's helped you. Now, if you liked today's video, please give it a like and a share, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you'll get notification of the next video. And I will see you over on theworkathomewife.com.